Hannity. So after the terror attack in Orlando, filmmaker Ami Horowitz, he traveled to Brooklyn, New York, pretty liberal neighborhood, and he asked a simple question. What played a role in the Orlando terror attack? Watch this.
You would say it's unfair to say that Islam played a role?
Clearly.
I don't think it's fair to say Islam played a role in this.
But I don't think it was an Islamic crime.
Okay. So you think it had nothing to do with Islam?
No.
I don't think it was a terrorist.
People are not evil.
Right.
This is ignorance.
Republicans or Islam? Who would you blame more?
I think I have to put it more on the Republicans than Islam.
100% the Republicans.
Guns, Republicans, Islam.
Guns way more than Islam.
Okay.
Way more.
If you're going to blame Islam, you're going to blame all the religions.
Filmmaker Ami Horowitz joins us now, and from Conservative Review, D.C. McAllister is with us. By the way, good to see you in studio. Welcome to New York. All right, we're screwed. If people really think Republicans and not radical Islam, we're in trouble.
Oh, I mean, there's no other way of looking at it.
But you get mad when I say they're ignorant.
Just please stop saying that. I don't care if you're a kung fu master. I'm going to come over there. They're not stupid. They know exactly.
Drop you in 4 seconds. Go ahead.
They're pathological. That's what he wants to say. He wants to say that word. Pathological.
Why pathological?
Because they believe in cultural relativity. And it's wrong to say that one culture is superior to another. So if you're going to blame the attacks on radical Islam, you're besmirching Islam, and they won't stand for it.
All right, but D.C., this is a problem because the president can't say it. Hillary won't say it. For 8 years now, in spite of all we know about radical Islamists, they can't say those words.
No, because it'll give away their power. I mean, it doesn't.
What do you mean by that?
It gives them a whole lot more power to use political correctness against Americans, so they can control their thinking and their agenda, so that they can get their agenda across. But if they name Islam, then we have a common enemy that we have to attack. They're also afraid of offending all these moderate Muslims who really are on our side.
So if Hillary, we got Obama wants to bring in all these Syrian refugees in spite of all the intelligence community. She wants to increase the number by 550%. And I'm thinking, she's gambling with our lives. Why can't they see or listen to what their own intelligence officials are saying?
Because they're too occupied thinking that the Republicans, are the enemy, that conservatives are the enemy.
You're the enemy.
I'm the enemy.
I'm the enemy. He's the enemy.
These guys aren't the enemy, and somehow we're at fault. This is the other problem with not naming Islam, is that they see us as contributing to the problem. We've done something, so we need to fix something.
Well, what did we do?
We bombed their countries. We responded wrongly. We haven't used the right language. We've offended them in some way.
But this is
an offense culture.
Right. Now, this is Hillary and Obama that gave guns to cartels, kidnappers, drug dealers, and murderers. Fast and Furious. They're the ones that released all the Gitmo detainees. They're now back in the battlefield, 40% at least that we know about. They gave the Iranians, #1 state sponsor of terror, $150 billion and the ability to continue to spin centrifuges. And then, of course, they created ISIS by pulling out of Iraq too early. So, and Libya, of course, we can add that to the list. So we're supposed to be talking about guns when they have given weapons to the biggest terrorist groups worldwide?
They should be redacting that, not redacting what Mateen said in his 911 call. I mean, that's the insanity of the whole thing.
And Mohammed Morsi, a guy that referred to the Israelis as descendants of apes and pigs. They gave him F-16s and tanks.
But we have to be silenced in our speech.
All right. So what do Republicans do from here? Because Republicans are pretty weak, timid, and feckless. So their bill that they wrote actually didn't even refer to radical Islam either. So are they as big a problem as Obama?
They need to be bold. I mean, this is why people like Trump. I mean, he's been bold in calling out Islam as the problem. And we need to join together and be united in that front. I mean, not be too overboard in our language, but I think we definitely need to name the enemy and stick by our guns and do the job that needs to be done. We need that for our country.
Ami?
I agree. The truth is, I believe the Democrats have a far more existential problem than we do. I think that clearly Trump has divided the Republican Party, but that's going to go away in the next cycle. Their issue with Bernie Sanders...
What do you mean that's going to go away in the next cycle?
I don't think... The Trump phenomenon, assuming he loses, isn't going to come up again in the next cycle. We're not going to have a Trump character that divides our party. But their Bernie problem is only getting worse. That's a real existential threat to their party.
The biggest problem is the electoral map is what it is. When New York and New Jersey and California and Oregon and Washington and Illinois all go Democrat right at the beginning, Republicans mathematically have to run the table unless they can put Pennsylvania, States like Michigan, Wisconsin in play. Is that possible? Then they got to win Virginia, North Carolina, Ohio, and Florida.
I think they need to project a message of strength, a cohesive message, unified strength.
Can you sum up this election? Jobs and security, that's the two issues?
Absolutely. And that's what Trump needs to focus on. That's what people are concerned about. Stop with the personal attacks and definitely focus on those two issues, because that's what people are concerned about.
Good to see you both, Ami. It's horrible work that you do because it's frustrating.